You know, there's only been 3 Category 5 storms ever to hit the U.S. over the past 150 years, and thankfully we won't have many of those, and obviously we have to prepare for everything. And one of those folks that are preparing for everything this hurricane season is Brian Olnick, who is the Vice President of Distribution Operation. Brian, thanks for joining us this afternoon. It's a big deal, obviously, and you know, as you were answering the phones, we appreciate that, helping out with some of the people there. A lot of calls coming in about shelters and also about their pets. And John Scalzi answered that, and obviously I picked up the phone and someone was talking and asking about if they had a battery operated wheelchair, what should they do? I said register with special needs prior to the arrival of the storm, so do it tomorrow. That's what you want to do. So if you have some special needs, you want to register not when the storm is threatening, but before that, because power is important. And the person who has power is in a big deal here. And you guys are hardening the structures around the state, across the state, FPL, aren't they?
We are, Bob. So lessons learned after that 04-05 hurricane season. And since 2006, we've embarked on this, what we call storm hardening.
Right.
And we've been hardening our circuits all around the state. We've spent probably over $2 billion since 2006.
Wow. Yeah, I see they're doing it in my neighborhood, Northwest Braden.
Yeah, I just drove down Fruitville Road, and we're working on that circuit, one down on Clark. And it really strengthens it. It hardens it against really strong winds. It still won't prevent an outage. Trees and things will still blow into the line. But our whole effort there is to make sure that we can reduce the impact of the storm.
And that's a good sign, because when the power goes out, that's when all the problems start to happen, obviously. And so that kind of starts the chain wheel, so to speak. It just keeps going around and around. You mentioned the trees. You know, tropical storm, we had it with Gabrielle in 2001 when it moved to shore. Thousands of trees down, power lines down everywhere.
Right. Yeah. Trees during a storm. That's a challenge. One of the big advantages to this whole storm hardening effort is to really make sure that the infrastructure itself will stay solid and it'll hold up. As you know, it can be a tree, it can be a piece of a roof. Lots of things will blow in the line. Our whole focus is to try to make sure that we can store the communities, restore our infrastructure quicker than we ever can.
That becomes a big deal too. You know, people get upset. You know, I can't my power be back on. There's a lot that goes into it. And you guys kind of stage prior to the arrival of the strong winds, don't you? Guys stage at a location. You're not going to be right on scene right after the storm. You got to make sure everything's coast is clear.
We do. I mean, at Florida Power and Light, we plan every day. We plan all year long, and we certainly ask our customers and your viewers to make sure they have a good plan in place too. Our plans, when a storm is coming, usually start about 96 hours prior. We're doing a lot of modeling on damage estimates. We're trying to determine if we do have to open up staging sites, bring in crews from literally all over the country to help support. Those decisions have to be made days ahead of time to make sure that we've got the locations, the sites, staging sites. We've used Sarasota Fairgrounds before down the road. Where we've literally had hundreds of linemen and engineers from all over the country come in and help.
Yeah, so you guys, even though your power is not going to be restored right after it, you guys are getting ready to do it. You just got to make sure everything's clear and the coast's clear. People have to look out for down power lines, even after the storm is hit. Don't venture out so much. Wait till the authorities say the coast is clear.
It is, and especially certain times. Right after a storm, you always want to watch out for down power lines. At night, you never know what's may have fallen onto the ground, a tree or a down power line, and then certainly in flooded areas. It's always very difficult to see what's below a flooded area, and so we really caution folks during those times.
Brian, I tell you what, there's a lot to be talking about as far as what we have to do to prepare for hurricanes. We're out of time right now. We got more phone calls to answer. Appreciate your time and FP&L's effort to harden the structure around town. We really appreciate that, obviously, and we appreciate your service and helping out if indeed there is a problem here. Well,